cognitive theory. A social cognitive theory is a theory where we consider that behavior is influenced by not only the personal factors but also the environmental factors, and they all play a key role in deciding the human behavior. So under the personal factor, it is the biological factor, the affective and the cognitive factors. So how well we are able to understand our culture and environment. Now this is explained through reciprocal determinism. I give you a very simple example. Let's say you are a student. Now as a student, you are acquainted to other students of the class and you learn to shout loudly in the classroom. Now when you learn to shout loudly, how did you learn that? You learned it because of the interaction from other students, but now you have learned to shout loudly. So you would be interpreted that this is the person who shouts loudly. So from the interaction, you learn how to behave, that is to shout loudly. Now because of your behavior, you would be interpreted again that this is the person who shouts loudly. However, this is something which is not your internal trait. This is a trait that you have acquired over the time, but there is reciprocal determinism. That means that the traits, environment and behavior all interact and influence one another. So you are being influenced by your peer groups. Now since you are like a person who keeps on shouting, you would have acquaintance only to those people who are like-minded to you. So we call this as reciprocal determinism. Clear? So under the learning theories, we have three important concepts. One is modeling. The second is locus of control. The third is self-efficacy. Modeling is where you imitate others. You try to behave as others do. So let's say a child learns to walk seeing adults walking. So there is a imitation. The behavior is observed and the same behavior is tried to be replicated. The next is locus of control. Locus of control can be internal or external. Now, when I say internal, what does it mean? Person takes responsibilities for all what is done. So if I don't perform well, I would say I did not study well, I did not work hard. If it is external, I would say it was because I had family issues going on, there were problems in the surrounding atmosphere, the atmosphere was not peaceful, it was not calm, I was not able to give my wholehearted dedication to it. So it gives an impact to the external forces. However, there can be an issue where you give importance to the internal forces. So what's your locus of control? What's the factor that you believe is driving the process? The next is self-efficacy, the belief that how well you can perform something. So this is a belief that you are capable of doing something and you are capable of producing the required outcomes or the outputs. Clear? So here, self-efficacy.
Self-efficacy is the perception of being capable of achieving your own goals. The idea proposed by Bandura is that our beliefs about ourselves govern a great deal of our behavior. If you think that other people think you are boring, you are likely to be shy and quiet. If you think you have the talents and abilities to get the job done, you probably will get the job done. People who have higher levels of self-efficacy accept greater challenges, expend more effort, and may have more success in reaching their goals compared to those with less self-efficacy. People with lower levels of self-efficacy do not believe they can perform certain tasks, and this belief prevents them from attempting those tasks.
Okay, so what this says is that when your self-efficacy is high, you accept things and you take the challenge. But when the levels are low, you don't accept the problems, you don't take the challenge, you don't face the things. Okay, so self-efficacy says whether you are capable of achieving something or not, you believe that the job would be done, so the job is done, and you have that desired that willingness to have a desired output for the things. On the other hand, we also have reciprocal determinism. As we said, you interact with the environment, you learn something, and since you have learned that thing, your behavior would be judged on the same basis. So if you learn something good, you would have good people around you. If you learn something bad, you would have bad people around you. So that is a reciprocal determinism. It is reciprocally determined by the environment, by the traits, by your surrounding. However, Rotor believed specifically on the locus of control, which is one's expectations, and the source of life's rewards and punishment are either within yourself or you consider those outside yourself.